Every Friday, the community center in Oak Hollow hosted an open mic night. It was a cozy space, lit by warm string lights, where poets, singers, and dreamers gathered to share their voices. And every single Friday, 17-year-old Maya sat in the back row. Always in the same chair, always with a notebook full of poems she never shared, and always silent. She wrote about thunderstorms that felt just like her heartbeat, about stars that blinked like tears she refused to shed. She wrote about a girl who carried entire oceans inside her chest, but never let a single wave spill over. Her words were powerful, alive, but her voice, that stayed locked away. One night, her best friend Leo nodded toward the small stage and asked, "Why don't you ever go up there?" Maya just shook her head, her eyes fixed on her lap. What if I stutter? What if no one even listens? What if I'm just not good enough? Leo didn't try to argue. He just squeezed her hand and said, "Your words deserve air." At home, things felt just as heavy. Her mom, exhausted from working double shifts as a nurse, would often sigh, "You're so quiet, Maya. How will you ever get noticed in this world?" She didn't mean to be cruel. She was just tired. But those words felt like stones settling in Maya's stomach, unseen, unheard, unimportant. Then came a rainy Friday. The usual host got sick, and Leo, who sometimes played guitar there, was asked to fill in. He was terrified. He turned to Maya, his eyes pleading, "Come with me. Just stand beside me on stage. I'll be less scared if you're there." She wanted to say no, to disappear back into her usual chair. But there was something so vulnerable in his voice, so trusting, that she found herself nodding yes. That night, Maya stood in the shadows of the stage, clutching her notebook like a shield, while Leo tuned his guitar. The room was buzzing with chatter. Then, during a quiet moment between songs, Leo turned to her and spoke into the microphone. "My friend Maya wrote something beautiful this week. She's too shy to read it. But I think you all should hear it." Maya's heart stopped. Before she could run, Leo gently took the notebook from her trembling hands, opened it to a page she'd marked with a dandelion, and began to read her poem aloud. It was called "The Girl Who Forgot Her Name." As his voice carried her words across the room, something magical happened. People leaned in. A woman in the front row wiped her eyes. A boy whispered to his friend, "That's exactly how I feel." When Leo finished, the room was completely silent for a single breath, and then it erupted in applause. Not for Leo, it was for her, for Maya. Afterward, strangers came up to her. "You put my feelings into words," one person said. "Thank you." That night, for the very first time, Maya didn't feel invisible. She felt needed. The next Friday, she didn't sit in the back. She took the empty chair right near the stage, and the Friday after that, she walked up those 3 wooden steps herself. Her hands were shaking. Her voice wavered on the very first line. But she kept going. She didn't become a superstar that night, but she became herself out loud. Years later, Maya published a best-selling book of poetry called The Empty Chair. In the introduction, she wrote, "For years, I thought confidence meant being fearless, but real courage is standing up with your knees knocking, your voice cracking, and your heart screaming, 'Run,' and speaking anyway. Because your truth might be the lifeline someone else is drowning for. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. Your voice, your story, your ideas, your art, it matters, not because it's flawless, but because it's yours. And sometimes the world doesn't need a roar. It just needs your whisper, spoken boldly enough to be heard. So maybe it's time to step out of the back row, take the empty chair, and then take the stage. Your words are waiting to breathe." Thanks for watching, and if this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more.